Welcome. Today we are doing the exhaust. We've got a bit of a leak in the exhaust and it looks rusty as, so the most common places it leaks is here at the gasket and also the boot down there. We're halfway through taking the exhaust manifold off. So for reference, so far what I've done is I've put WD-40 on all the bolts just to make it easy and make sure they don't strip off any of the aluminium. I've also just got my jack and softly put the jack underneath the exhaust, so when we take the boot off it's not jamming up or anything. So I'm just going to continue taking this boot off here. There we go. There's not much room for this one, so you have to undo it like a couple clicks at a time. And there we have it. That's the whole thing that's come out by the looks of it, which means this bolt probably rusted on there, might need replacing. This is probably where the leak's coming from, because obviously if that bolt's stuck there and we've got a bit of play. Before I get too ahead of myself and we get too many nuts and bolts and stuff looking different, I'm gonna make a bit of a diagram, so I'll be back once I've done that. 1, 3, and 6. These are all the same, so they don't matter too much. A whole lot of editing in this video. What you want? You got bickies in your bowl. See, that one's longer, so I hope I got that right. That one's a bit shonky still. So I'm hoping to take this gasket out and just weld them together. That would be nice. Just weld it into one unit. I don't know how well that material is gonna weld, but I'm thinking if we can take this ring off, then that would be the way to go. Because I have another pair down here. This one must have been leaking out of here or something, maybe, because there's a fair bit of what looks like exhaust leakage. I don't know if mine's leaking from there also. It's definitely leaking out of a few places. Okay, now that's pretty much all hanging on one thing. I need to get that off. I'm not too sure of the size of this, but I normally just use this carefully. One size fits all with these suckers. Sensor, oxygen sensor, or whatever the hell it's called. sensor goo. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's leaking in there somewhere. So what we're gonna do, bolt it in, make sure it's in place. Then we're gonna run a tack in here. I have that join cleaned up, and that's where I'm gonna be welding. Make this one piece, and then we won't have to worry about any leaks. So I've got this bolted up in place with a few bolts. I'm gonna weld that now. That's all lined up properly, and I know that's gonna sit nice. And then we've got a new manifold gasket to go in, and we've cleaned off the boot over there. The leak was mainly coming from here. A couple of the seals had come loose, and also the boot was leaking, as well as all this stuff inside there was making a whole lot of noise. Diesel. Alright, so I'm gonna weld this now. I've disconnected the battery, so we'll see how this goes. So we've got our gaskets for here. So now this is one piece. It might be a bit trickier to put these on. But yeah, we'll get these out. So I'm thinking we can put bolts through the back of here. Alright, go on. Hold on. Hold. Closer to your holes. Put yours in place. Yeah.
This whole metal, I think this thing needs to. I think it's in there.
Just be gentle. Where I need to lower it to is cracking my bloody hand. Oh, that's definitely in there now. I've got both of them.
That's one you just put in, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't tighten it up.
I can't see.
Now that's all in. Both the studs are in there. Now I'm just putting this together. The heat shield. All you have to do is bend these tabs up a bit, and then you can put it back together after. All this whole pile of stuff here that was all inside here underneath, so it should be a lot quieter now. And all these were starting to come unclipped, so I'll pinch them back together properly, and if I have to weld a couple bits I'll tack them on, but it should be alright. Okay, so I'm just swapping this over because this pulley doesn't seem too healthy. Yeah, it's definitely moving, and this is plastic, so even if this fails, it could be pretty catastrophic. So we got this older one off an E-series. Exact same unit. This is a bit dirty, but looks fine. So we'll chuck this one straight back in. Alright, new / old tensioner. So now at least if this bearing fails, we've got a old school metal wheel on there. But if the bearing failed inside the plastic one, it would probably blow up. You can see the boot down there. Yeah. Nice. What was that? Oh, God. 10 mil. Dangerous game. We forgot one thing. It's pretty quick and easy to fix. I always forget this. There you go. I thought that would happen, just because it hasn't been used for a little while. But it's a lot more quiet. So we'll take it for a rip and we'll see how it is. If you want to watch more videos like this, there are, as I was saying, both the exhaust leaks are gone. It's making some bad noises. So most of the random noises are gone. There's probably just a couple more. If you want to watch other videos like this video, there's more on the channel and there'll be more coming, so like and subscribe and stay tuned. Check out the other ones if you haven't already.